Hey there LEGO fans, and welcome back. Alex here. In this video we are going to be taking a look at this amazing LEGO minifigure display case from ShopPOPdisplays. They offer a variety of display options not just for LEGO, but for a large variety of other products as well. But in this video we're going to be looking at specifically the minifigure display option. As many of you know, I have a growing minifigure collection and I love to display them, but I also want to keep them safe and protected from dust and small hands. This is where the display case really shines. The package for this arrived safe and sound. The packing job on this was great and was organized very well. All the hardware and tools needed to assemble the display case are included. Even gloves come with the kit so you don't get fingerprints on it while you're assembling it. This display case is meant to be mounted to a wall, so you will need other tools to properly install it, which I'll show you a little later. All the acrylic panels come in a protective film on both sides. I always enjoy removing this as it is always a very satisfying experience. There are a lot of smaller panels that make up the shelves on the display case. I thought this was going to be a tedious task because there were so many of them. I actually ended up using a Lego brick separator to help start the peeling process as my fingernails aren't very long. This made it go a lot quicker and it was still fun to peel off that protective layer. I was surprised to find that there are 3 separate panels that make up the back of the display case. The first one appears to contain the small holes for the hardware connection points, as well as 2 larger holes the case would actually hang from. The middle panels appear to be a spacer that allow the final panel to completely hide the screws the display case would be hanging from. Pretty clever design. The top and bottom panels are installed next, along with one side panel. This is when things got tedious because each of these holes is filled with one of these clear 1x1 rounded studs. These studs are not Lego, but they each fit into these small holes very well. I didn't have any trouble with any of them not fitting. Now, I'd like to point out that this next step is optional depending on how you want to display your minifigures. My old cases do not have this feature and as such require a plate or a brick for the minifigure to stand on. Without it, your minifigure will most likely fall over with the slightest bump. So if you're like me and you never have enough of these 3x4 minifigure display plates, then using these included studs is a great solution. Not to say that you couldn't still use them, I just think they look better connected directly to the included studs. A Lego minifigure has a good amount of clutch on these and can be removed without taking the transparent studs with it. They seem to have reached a good balance with the clutch of these different elements. With the studs added to the shelves, it was time to complete the assembly. I was very happy to see that the front panel is held to the display case by magnets. There are 8 in total, and even though they are relatively small, they do create a lot of clutch. Each corner and side has fitted grooves the panel fits into, so there's no fear of this thing falling off. To mount the display case, I had to get some additional tools such as a stud finder, a leveler, and an impact drill. This wall I am mounting it on is actually big enough to fit another one of these, so I decided to leave some space for a future display when I'm ready to expand. For installation, you will need the rear base panel as this will act as a template for you. No paper template is included. The case is just under 30 inches wide. The holes for the screws are about 25 inches apart, so this makes it difficult to get both screws into a stud in the wall. Securing it to a stud is not necessary. The included wall anchors in the drywall will support the weight just fine. When I hung it on the wall, I was very excited to start adding my minifigures to it. I practiced removing and adding the front panel, and I'm happy to say that this is easy to do. Each shelf offers a lot of headroom for my taller minifigures. Even my dinosaurs fit very well. It looks like there is just under 3 inches of height, so that's about maybe 2 7/8 inches from what I can tell. Now, if you're adding Lego minifigures only, then this is going to be very easy. However, I have some unique displays. For example, my Ghostbusters right here are already on a Lego built display. When I went to add them to the shelf, I noticed that the studs in the shelf do not match the distance of the Lego studs. As a result, I did need to remove some of the clear studs to adapt the Lego built displays. Fortunately, the clear studs in the shelf can be easily removed by popping them out from the bottom. I did this using a thin Lego piece. Once I was done moving the selected minifigures into this new display case, it was neat to see the case full of various minifigures and critters. Where this display case really shines is the visibility it allows. Each shelf, no matter the top or bottom, does a great job showing off the collection. On the ShopPOPdisplays website, you will see several different configurations of minifigure display cases. They range from a case displaying just 4 minifigures to the one that I have. And yes, this one is the biggest. From what I can tell, they offer 50 different configurations for minifigure display cases. That's a lot. To help simplify this, here is a little chart I made to illustrate this by minifigure capacity. On the left, we have the amount of minifigure spaces, and the bottom, we have the number of shelves. We go from just 4 at the bottom left to 192 on the upper right. As you can see, there's a lot of options when it comes to how you want your display case to be configured. But of course, price is going to play a big role on how these things are configured. Here's the price chart for each of the display options. Based on this pricing, it seems the better deals happen when you select a display case that is wider rather than taller. For example, these are the cases that each hold 24 minifigures. The best value is the one with the most shelves. Of course, we all want the biggest bang for our buck, but in this case, the biggest bang for our minifigure. So here is the cost of each display case based on how many minifigures it holds. As you can see, the bigger the display, the better the value. There are a few examples where it gets more expensive. They're in the 12 minifigure wide range, but other than that, it stays consistent. And yes, the biggest display is the best value. But speaking of value, right now, ShopPOPdisplays is offering a 10% discount on all LEGO stands and display cases. Just use promo code ALEX10 at checkout and that discount will be applied. They also are located here in the US, so shipping here in the States will actually be a lot less than if we ordered overseas. So that is a look at this amazing display case. A big thank you, of course, to ShopPOPdisplays for providing me this copy for review. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I will leave a link to their website in the description below, as well as a link directly to this amazing display case in case you're interested. But of course, I do want to know what you guys think, so please leave me a comment in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.